I did a message many, many years ago called Choosing to Cheat, about cheating at work versus cheating at home. I'll talk about that in a minute. Published a book, a little tiny book. The publisher hated the title, hated it. But I said, no, this is what we're titling. So the book is still in print, but it now has a different title called When Work and Family Collide, which I hate that title, but the publisher liked that title. So it's still in published, called When Work and Family Collide. It's a little book. I highly, highly recommend it, because this is a tension we all live with. And in the book, I tell partly my story, and then the story of a friend of mine who's still a friend, who was wildly successful, but just found himself in that place where there just wasn't enough time to do family and to do work. And the assumption of the book and the assumption of this tension is it's not a matter of time management. There's not enough time. We're not imagining that. I can't be everything I need to be at home and everything I need to be at work. It's not time management. It's impossible. So we have to decide. We're going to cheat. We're either going to cheat work or we're going to cheat family. And the point of the book and the point of the message was, you choose to cheat work and you don't cheat your family. And here's what I believe, and you may disagree. And this isn't scientific. This is just experience and observation. I'm convinced the people, and most of these are men within my context, but this is men or women. The women they just have an intuition where they get this right more oftentimes than men do. But the people who are super successful, or the people who are just successful, who sacrifice their family on the way to success, I'm 100% convinced they would have been as successful if they hadn't. And in their mind, in the process, they're thinking, no, when they, again, that whole, am I being honest with myself? Really, they weren't being honest with themselves, really. They convinced themselves that in order to achieve whatever it is they were going to achieve, they had to sacrifice family. I do not believe it's true, because when you get to know these people, they're amazing. They were going to accomplish great things if they only spent half the time they spent. It was just in them. So what happens is, men in particular, they get in this doom loop of, I love to be at work, I don't love to be at home. So if you love to be at work, you don't love to be at home, you're going to gravitate more towards work, and you're going to lie to yourself and sell yourself on the fact, I need one more trip, I need one more dinner out, I need one more weekend, whatever it might be. So the whole idea of choosing to cheat is you choose. And the way this worked for me is I prayed a prayer. I don't suggest this. This isn't a model. This is just what I did out of desperation. When we first started the church, we had 2 in diapers and Sandra was pregnant. And I said, God, I don't have time to launch a church and be the husband and father I need to be. So I'm going to give you, again, this isn't a model. This is just what I did. I said, God, you got 40 hours a week. That's it for this church. That's it. That's all I can do now. So you build whatever kind of church and organization you can build on 40 of my hours, but I'm going to go home every afternoon and I'm going to be for Sandra and the kids what they need me to be, especially in this season. That was the deal I made. And it was really difficult because I told my staff, hey, I'm leaving every day at 4. Now we can start as early as you want, but at 4, I'm home. Because I asked Sandra, I said, what can I do? Because we were having some tension. She said, I know this is unrealistic, but the most difficult time of the day for me is between 4 and 6. I'm done. I said, I'll leave work at 4 every day. She's like, what's everybody going to say? I'm like, I don't know. I'll be here. We're going to do this the right way. So I did, by God's grace, and great things have happened. Now, as empty nesters, if Sandra were here, she would tell you all those hours I cheated the church, they're getting them all back now, because I don't play golf, I don't hunt, I don't collect anything, I just work all the time. So, but I'm just convinced we sell ourselves, we make decisions because there are things we love to do. And a lot of men, not all men, a lot of men just feel incompetent at home anyway, but that's no excuse. Am I being honest with myself, really? So I have 3 kids. You talked about Andrew. They're all in their 20s. 2 of them are married. Andrew has a girlfriend that we love. And in this season, I'm just telling you, in this season, I would trade all of my success to have what we have now with our adult kids. And if you don't have it in this season, you can't get it. And you're sowing seeds all along the way. So, And I know, there are military families that listen to something like this. They're like, that didn't work for us. I realize there's not a one size fits all, but there is a principle. And the people at home know when they're our priority, and they know when they're not.